So, hello everybody, welcome back to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, also known as MWZ. I have a problem. As you can see, there's only one day left in Season 3, and I have not done anything of the Battle Pass. That's kind of an issue, don't you think? There's another issue. We have weekly challenges that I have done nothing with. As you can see, there are 8 weeks worth of challenges, and I have not done anything. So that's not good, is it? So we need to jot down. We kind of need to do some jotting down, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try, keyword being try, to get as many of them as possible without actually, you know, playing the game too much, because we are on a strict time limit. So I'm gonna try to get as much as possible. So I'm gonna jot these down, and then we're gonna start making a plan. Got it? Got it. So we have our strategy. We have 5 things tracked right about now, but there's a lot more that we can work on. Stuff like, you know, getting Deadshot. We need to get Deadshot in our match. We need to get kills. We need to get Hellhound kills. We need to get special kills. We need to kill mercenaries. We need to do a lot of killing. All of that with a recommended assault rifle. But we're gonna see what we can do. Right now, our goal is to do the 5 track challenges that we have right about now. It's probably gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to do it anyway. But we're gonna make it through. We're gonna do it. I'm also gonna quickly check something so that I know that... Okay. Okay, we are in. Let us do this. We're gonna start immediately by getting ourselves a bit of capital. This is Jensen. I forgot Jensen is like Australian. Also, if you guys want to know something really weird that has been happening to me, I have a feeling that my PS4 controller is very weird these days. Because whenever I've been playing some RE4 remake on the side, because a friend of mine likes watching me play it, so I just kind of play it and they just watch. But I've noticed that my controller on that game is really weird because it has like drift where it always like aims upward, and it's very apparent when you go into the menu, like the attaché case, the inventory, and like my suitcase always like drifts. It just like spins constantly, and I don't like it. So that's weird. And I have the same thing with Black Ops 2 Zombies. Strangely enough, Black Ops 2 Zombies had that issue as well. So I don't know what is happening to this controller, but on Modern Warfare 3 it's been working fine. So I'm glad to report that this controller is not broken. But it's really weird that a few games are having hissy fits with my controller. Now I have multiple theories, but I cannot tell them. I do not know for sure. I think one of them is that my compatibility with the controller for those games is just not good. Therefore it messes it up. But I don't know. I don't know for real. I for real don't know. All I know is that right now we are going to be doing a lot of contracts because we need to get our containment level up so we can get more bonuses, and then we can get ourselves going on pack-a-punching, and getting those challenges. Also, New California has 13 endings. That is really ambitious. That is really ambitious for a mod. So am I actually getting... Oh, I didn't get the melee. I didn't take a look at the melee stuff. Ah, bollocks. Remember the Frontier devs using a guy as a scapegoat? Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was because he was very weird. And he had like a lot of weird kinks that he wanted to put in the mod. Like the whole putting a slave collar on a girl and then making her call you daddy. I haven't played Frontier, I don't know anything about it. I just know that's like a screenshot that people like to talk about. And I don't know if it's fake or not, but it seems to me that it's very much real. But yeah, no, the Frontier. Frontier, weird fucking thing. Yeah, the girl was also underaged. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people coming in like, actually... I don't know, I don't care. I don't care. It's just like the girl is underage and you're trying to fuck her. It's unexcusable. Get that shit out of here. I don't like it. Like, is there a word? Like, you know how like the alt-right likes to blame games for being woke? Can we like do the same for when games have like very weird, barely disguised fetishes? Can we make that a thing? Oh boy. Oh boy, this is bad. That was very bad. Hello. Never played the Frontier yet. It's a weird mod. If you want a good... Well, I say if you want a good playthrough of it. The playthrough I watched was Mike Burnfire. He and his friend do a lot of mods for Fallout New Vegas and also Fallout 4. And they just kind of, you know, weave their own little stories into it. Yeah, it's Zach. Good old Zach. I'm glad you know who I'm talking about, Bully. But yeah, I recommend them. They're good content creators. Each in their own right. In fact, I've actually been watching Mike's second channel a lot. Because he... Watch Remy's vid on it too. Oh, nice. Don't know who that is, but I'm sure they are good people. Blast those spores. Why is there just like one spore all the way over here? That's what I want to know. That's weird, isn't it? Let me actually just put the crystal on my thing because I do need to use it for, you know, the challenge. Man, no, I've been watching Mike. He has like a second channel where he puts like most of his solo / stream content. I think it's mostly stream content. I don't know if it's like any other type because I never really get time to watch his streams. But he has posted this 8-hour video of him playing through Super Mario 64 DS. And I don't know what it is. It's a comfy little video to watch. Watch him play New California for a bit. I've watched it here and there. I think New California got a lot of praise from Mike, but I'm not sure. I could be completely mistaken in that. Do not quote me on that. I do not know the opinions of another man, let alone two men. Yeah, no, they have good content that I like to engage with. It's just you need to be all for it, and I'm not all for like completely 100% Fallout stuff, especially mods. I've never been all for mods. There may be a change to that in the future, who knows? But right now, modding and the like, it's It's not really my forte, not really my style. Same with like Resident Evil 4. There's a lot of mods for Resident Evil 4, like the Berserker mod and the Randomizer mod. And I don't know, I'm not really for that type of stuff. There's a lot of people who do very much like modding and all that. And I you know, more power to them. It's just something I don't like doing, even though it does make your favorite games last so much longer. I think the only game that I really heavily modded was Left 4 Dead 2, and that was because the workshop was a thing. Like, Steam Workshop was a thing, and I just remember putting a whole lot of time into looking for good weapon mods. It's how I ended up with one of my favorites was this very simple reskin for the M4, but I just liked using the M4. And it gave it like a dot sight, and it was all military. And I don't know, I just really liked just playing around with the weapon mods in Left 4 Dead. And I think if I were to mod Fallout, I would probably just get a lot of weapon mods. Weapon mods seem like my thing. Bethesda games are extremely easy to mod, meanwhile other games make you install like 500 menu managers. Yeah, I've had that problem with The Sims. For the people who don't know, a long time ago, I actually wanted to play The Sims 3 a lot. I liked playing through The Sims 3. But for some odd reason, after a while, my time in-game could not be sped up. So whenever I had to go to bed in-game, I would have to sit there for like a good 10 minutes just watching my guys sleep. And that's not fun. It's not fun, especially if you're like trying to grind something out. Also, why am I going to the Pack-a-Punch? I don't need it. I've already Pack-a-Punched my gun. That's not smart, is it? I do, however, want that body armor. But I tried, there was this really good guide on Steam that guides you through the entire modding process for The Sims 3. And let me tell you, props to whoever made that guide. If I remember who it was, I would give him a huge shout out right about now. But by golly gee, you need to do a lot of stuff. You need to install like this entire mod manager, and then you need to like, oh, there was a lot of stuff, and I honestly cannot be bothered to look it up and remember it, because in the end, it didn't fucking work. It didn't fucking work in the end, and I hated it because I'm stupid and I just wanted to play The Sims 3, and I could not play The Sims 3 on stream, which was sad because I really like The Sims 3 and I have like all of the DLC for it. And then I tried installing, like I tried playing Sims 4, and I don't know, it just does not click with me. It didn't really click with me. Whoop. I'm killing the mercenaries because they are a thing that I need to do. Sims 3 is the best. Yeah, but the sad thing is that these days, if you want to play it on a modern PC, the game cannot recognize your graphics card, which in turn makes it default to like the lowest settings all the time. Not really the lowest settings, but it just messes with your stuff. So The Sims 3, an old game, can actually have a lot of problems running on your PC, even though it's way more powerful than machines back in the day. And I think I did some digging. If I remember correctly, the whole point, like the one thing that happened why the game started to not fast forward enough is because there were so many things that have already happened which meant that the game was constantly reloading all of the information it has gathered. Like all of the people you met, all of the interactions you've had, all of the memories you've made, all of that stuff it remembered and had to kinda, not per se play back, but it has to remember. So basically every second or something, it was basically reloading all of that information. And if you fast forwarded, it would try to do that constantly, but it couldn't keep up. So therefore the time is always the same. And in the end, it is not that much of an issue. It just takes a long while to do anything, and especially if you have a character that needs to sleep every like 10 minutes. It's kind of annoying having to play for 10 minutes and then doing nothing for 10 minutes. It's like, come on. But enough about The Sims. Unless you guys like me talking about The Sims, then I will gladly keep talking about The Sims. There you go. What do we got? Deadshot Daiquiri. That's actually great. We need that. Nice.
I am sure Barrera will inform me what he learns from this.
I remember one time we... Don't bother me. Just do not talk to me. Do not talk to me. Do not engage with me. Okay. I'll remember this. The Bren. No, but I remember one time I made this character. I made Pennywise. A female version of Pennywise. And it was a very fucked up looking Pennywise. It did not look like him at all, but it was like a female version, so it was like, ah, fuck it. And we made her open a... You wrote it wrong. I understand. It's okay to make these mistakes. But I remember I made Pennywise in The Sims 3, and I made her open a kindergarten. Like a daycare. And so the kids would come over and we would just be like, what the fuck? Kids? Like, we didn't have any toys, we didn't have anything. We were just kind of like, yeah, these kids are here. And the kids would just be on the floor and we didn't know what to do with it. The Sims. I have a feeling that... Yeah, there's a disciple, of course. Of course there's a disciple, and I'm still in great quality. I just realized I'm still great quality gun. That's not good, is it? That's not good, innit? Hey, boy. Oh, we did it. Thank fuck Stephen King didn't make Pennywise a female. Technically, Pennywise can be a female. If your interpretation of Pennywise is female, you could make it female because Pennywise is supposed to represent the inner fears of everybody. So if you fear women, you could make Pennywise female. And in the movies, they actually, like, it actually is female for a little bit. Ow. I don't know. Stephen King's It is a weird one for me. I, at the same time, love that book for how it was written and just all the detail and gruesome details that are in it. And then you have Child Sex Party and like underage boys and girls fondling each other, doing naughty things to each other, and I'm just like, that's weird. I do remember one time that I once had a conversation with somebody, and that was the funniest call out I ever had. I was once talking to someone, like way back, and we were talking about like reading. I'm like, hey, you know, what books do you like to read? And she was like, oh, I like reading horror. Like, oh, cool. So like, what's your favorite book? And they said, Stephen King's It. I like that book. I'm like, oh, dude, you like that book? She was, yeah. I'm like, what do you think of the child orgy then? Don't you think it was weird? And she was like, huh? What do you mean? I'm like, the child orgy at like the end of the third quarter of the book. You don't remember? It's this really weird scene where like they are all in the tunnel, in the sewers actually. And they are so desperate and afraid that they just start fucking the only female character that is present at that time. And she was adamant that it didn't happen. I'm like, you did not read the book if you do not remember that weird shit. Like, say what you want. What hentai am I describing, Adrian? I am describing this scene from Stephen King's It. If you know, you know. But long story short, someone tried to impress me and say like, ooh. Yeah, someone tried to say like, oh yeah, Stephen King's It is my favorite book, and then I tried to talk about one of the scenes in the book, and she was like, that part never happened. So that was very funny. That was a very funny day. Because I think we met on like Tinder. I think it was like back when I was on Tinder. You wish you didn't know, Adrian? Yeah, dude, me too. I really wish I did not know about that gruesome fucking detail, but well, that's why. It's kind of like Joey from Friends who liked King's The Shining book because Jack Nicholson was in it. It's, you know what? Yeah. You could say that. You could definitely say that's kind of something like that. It's like, oh yeah, I like this thing because this person is in it. It's like saying Suicide Squad is your favorite movie just because the Joker's in it. It's like, oh, yeah, I like it. It's like my favorite thing. Yeah, why? Yeah, the Joker's in it. You had an interesting love life, forced to watch I Feel Pretty instead of Infinite War or something. Infinity War, yeah. For the people who don't know, back when I was a young lad, I once had a crush on somebody, and they were also a movie buff. And when the Avengers Infinity War was coming out, I was like, hey, it's coming out in this cinema on that day. Do you want to go watch it? She was like, yeah. So I started watching all of the movies so I could catch up and know the references, and she did too. And then when the day came where we went to the cinema, we were standing in front of the movie ticket. We were about to order tickets for Infinity War, and she was like, hey, Sebastian, can we like not go see Infinity War? I'm like, oh? And in my mind, I'm going like, oh, she probably wants to go back home so we can make out or something. Keep in mind, I was like 16, 17, so I was like not in the span of having sex. I was like, oh, dude, we're gonna go back home and make out or something? Let's go. She was like, no, can we watch a different movie? Instead, she wanted to watch I Feel Pretty. If you don't know what that movie is, it's a movie starring Amy Schumer. I think written by Amy Schumer. It's about... I'm gonna say this now, like thinking back on it. I Feel Pretty is like a very positive, body positive movie because it's about a woman who gains self-conscious even though she does not change physically. She just becomes very she becomes very proud of who she is and how she looks. She thinks she looks like super cute. It's a very body positive movie because she doesn't like use any CGI or makeup. But the movie's just fucking boring as shit, and it's not a good comedy. Like, the message is good, but the movie was shit. And there was I, watching a movie, an Amy Schumer flick, in the hopes that I would get laid, or at least get to date someone that I was crushing on for literal years. And I got nothing. I got nothing. I didn't even get a hug. Actually, no, I do think I got a hug, but it was not a good time. Have I ever seen The Death of Stalin? Apparently it's a very good movie. I should get to watching it, but I haven't really had the opportunity to. Opportunity either being it's not available in my country, it's not on any streaming service, or it's just not playing anywhere, or I cannot find it. Actually, I'm gonna keep that, but I'm gonna get rid of that. The only Amy Schumer thing I saw was a special, and I laughed like only once. Seems like it didn't even get a Blu-ray release in the USA. Something communism, I guess. But yeah, no, Death of Stalin apparently is a very good movie. I've heard a lot of praise for it. But, problem is, you know, cannot watch it if it's not here. I'm trying to... Okay, let me just do that. Let me just quickly get on that, because that is pretty cringe that I am losing all of my armor. Here in Poland, we only got a DVD. 480p in 2040 in 2024? No thanks. Yeah, same. Do you guys want to know some, like, the huge... If you want to know, like, a huge difference, I once watched Everything Everywhere All at Once in crisp Blu-ray, in like a Blu-ray, and then afterwards I watched an episode of Columbo on a normal DVD. If you wanna know the definition of contrast, stark difference, stark contrast. It's a big oof to go from crisp views and shiny color and amazing choreography to Columbo. Now, not to say that Columbo was bad. I enjoyed my time with Columbo. Columbo is a good show. A lot of good memories from Columbo. I really need to get back on watching that. I'm actually thinking of getting rid of my Netflix subscription. I just need to ask my older brother, who I share the account with, if he's still using it. And if he doesn't, I'm gonna, like, cancel the account. Which is gonna suck, because that means I cannot watch JoJo. I cannot continue watching JoJo if I cancel my subscription, but hey, gives me a reason to finish season 5. I think, I hope. Yeah, but no, I have like an entire movie collection here at home that I still need to get through, so I should probably do that. And then like the 20 bucks that I save per month I can probably use on different movies. I don't know. Whoop. Oh, that's bad. Hey, can we not? Ooh, that was a little bit too close for comfort right there. Yikers. Yeah, no. I have a few shows here on DVD next to me that I should continue watching. And having Netflix is kind of a drag. Because I would turn on Netflix and I'm like, what am I going to watch today? Am I going to watch House? Am I going to watch The Rookie? Or am I going to watch JoJo? I'm not going to watch JoJo because then I have to pay attention to the subtitles. And I kind of want to do other things when I'm watching a show. So I'm probably just gonna start like hooking up my DVDs a lot more. And then just watching Miami Vice. Stuff like Miami Vice, Columbo, Game of Thrones. I have everything of Game of Thrones. Want to get to watching that at some point, even though season 8 is bad. Yes, I know. But it would be interesting to watch, to see what all the hype was about. And to see a lot of boobies. Do you guys remember when a lot of fucking Game of Thrones, like, you remember when tits were a thing on TV? God, I don't know what it is, but I've noticed a pattern in like TV where it's like all the best shows, like all of the best shows have like a lot of tits in it. Breaking Bad, there's tits in it. Game of Thrones, there's a lot of tits in it. Narcos, there's a lot of tits in it. Better Call Saul doesn't have a lot of tits though, so like, guess Better Call Saul is not a good show then. God, how many people do you think I can piss off with that out of context? How many people do you think I can actually piss off with saying that out of context? Man, Better Call Saul is not a good show. There's not a lot of tits in it. How many people do you think I can actually have get angry, like real angry? I should probably use my... It's usually a third one, right? It will bring up Kim Wexler's feet. They will definitely bring up her feet at some point. It's like, yeah, Sneak, you're right. There's not a lot of tits in it, but the feet, there's a lot of feet in it. It's like, bruh, what do you mean? Like, you did not just try to sell me on a show by saying the feet are gorgeous. It's like, come on, dude. You cannot just do that to me. Started watching Pokemon Horizons. It's pretty decent so far. The fact that they're still making Pokemon shows is very interesting. But this is what a new main character, right? That Captain Pikachu backstory episode? Oh no. Not gonna lie, Adrian. We were talking about feet. And I saw Pokemon Horizons and my mind immediately associated that comment saying, Pokemon Horizons has some good feet. I was actively, in my mind, I was actively, like, kind of cringing. And ironically, the show is lovely. That's good, though. It's good that Pokemon is still loved. And not being ruined. Okay, can you stop? Bro, there's a lot of zombies here. There's a lot of zombies here. Oh my god. I believe that comment you posted about like the timestamps of Kim's feet reminds me of like this screenshot somebody took of a scene from Breaking Bad where it's like season 2 with Jade. No, Jane, sorry. Like, it's a picture, like, it's a screenshot of Jane, like, standing on a countertop in her underwear with her ass out. And, and like, you know how on YouTube, there's, like, this thing where you can see, like, oh, yeah, most people skip to this part, or most replayed part. And it was, like, a Tumblr post of, like, a guy saying, like, man, Breaking Bad is such a good show, and it's very well written. But man, they really should have done better with this scene. It seems like not a lot of people understood what was happening in this scene. Meanwhile, it's like the screenshot is just Kristen Ritter's ass. It's very funny. I'm not doing it justice by explaining it. I know, but unironically, but. I've actually found a very cool channel that has been going through every episode of Breaking Bad, and probably Better Call Saul in the future, and just like pointing out all of the cool little details and mishaps that you can see in the show. And like everybody's praising that show, but like if you watch the channel, it's like holy shit, they slipped a lot of stuff past the camera. Like almost every episode of Breaking Bad, this is very hyperbolic, but almost every episode of Breaking Bad has like a shot where like for a few frames you can see the camera crew or like a slip up or something not going right, or like something editing wise that is weird, like something that is not photoshopped correctly or edited correctly. Or like stuff where you can definitely notice something that was happening behind the scenes, like Betsy Brand's pregnant stomach. If you don't know who that was, Marie. It was Marie. She was pregnant during the filming of season 2. And her character was not. Therefore, they had to do something about that. I'm over here just nerdgasming about fucking Breaking Bad again, aren't I? Well, let's get back on that horse. Breaking Bad is a lovely show, and everybody should watch it. Seriously though, Breaking Bad is a very good show, and I do recommend it to a lot of people. I'm also gonna start working on like these vehicle destructions disabled. They did that on purpose because this is a show about infamous Colombian meth manufacturer Walter Blanco. Walter Blanco, not him. I heard he was an asshole. I heard he was an asshole. No, but my YouTube algorithm has recently been showing me a lot of smaller channels, but very good quality smaller channels. And just this morning, I randomly found this guy who was just talking about all like a very niche brand of mobile games that I loved as a kid. Have you guys ever heard of Kairosoft, the Game Dev Story? Like Game Dev Story is the first one, also probably the most well-known one. Like yeah, they just do like very casual little mobile games where you just manage something, be it a game development studio, a restaurant, a ramen shop, a sushi store. It's very, very cute little games. Definitely something that I now kind of wanna play on stream. But I may have to buy some of those, and I may do that in the future. I watched a small channel where a guy beat Fallout 1 melee only and found out the money exploit from him. See, it's shit like that, you know? Very niche channels that just focus on like a few things. Very cute, very cute. So I got into Escape from Tarkov for a little while from a YouTube channel named Halfman. Very cool channel. Mostly because when you start watching, like when I started watching his content, he was definitely not the best Tarkov player. Still isn't, by the way. No dig at him, but Tarkov is a hard game. Tarkov is a very hard game. And it was just very refreshing to actually see him like play the game and actually grow in his skill. It also made for very intense content when he got into like a huge firefight. The exploit works in Fallout 2, so you have like 600k. You're just exploiting again, boy. Come on. We raised you better than this. Okay, how about we... Ow. How about we actually go over here, take some cars, and start blowing up some of these vehicles, shall we? Vehicle time. Let's blow up some vehicles. It's easy to make money anyway in Fallout 1 and 2. Is it? I mean, you kind of go around killing everybody, so like, yeah, it could be. Could be very easy to make money in that game. Weapons are always hundreds of caps and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how, but they really... I think they really overstated the value of guns in that game. But it doesn't matter because, you know, it was always very helpful to get just, you know, you just kill like 3 guys, keep 1 gun, and then just sell the rest because you didn't have to worry about the condition of the guns. Also, hello? What the friggy frag patty whack is going on over here? My lord. Can there be any more soldiers here? Holy hell. I really love Fallout 1. That's good. The OST is so good. That's something I have to disagree with you on there. I don't know. Fallout 1's OST was just a lot of noises to me. Even before someone says, but sneak music is just noises in general. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. Soundtrack in original Fallout didn't vibe with me. Bro hasn't listened to Cons of New California. To be honest, I have only played Fallout 1 for like 2 hours. Only played it for like 2 hours, so yeah, I could be missing something. Could very well be missing something. But I don't know, I didn't like it. There was a lot of... Like at first, like the mysterious wind chimes was like, woo, like, you know, that music. It's very freaky to listen to at the first time you're playing, but afterwards it's just kind of annoying. It's just kind of annoying to listen to that music like every 5 minutes. Composer made that on purpose to make it eerie. If it was just playing on like other... Like when you go to the second vault to get the water chip, but it's not there. Like if you do that in there, it would be very interesting because it's like, huh? You're in a vault and there's like nobody here? How could that happen? What happened here? Wow, isn't this eerie? Then I would have respected that a lot more. But when you're out in the desert, in the hot desert, or even in fucking Shady Sands, it's like, bruh, could you be any more melancholic? And that's probably like the whole point of Fallout, to be pretty melancholic. I could just be very much a rube when it comes to video game soundtrack. So we are getting a lot of work done on our challenges, which is very good. Very happy with the progress we're making. Probably think I am a weirdo. Wait, what? Probably think I'm a weirdo for adding Fallout 1 and 2 OST to 3 then? No. If you like the OST and you have a mod where you can put it in, and you put it in. Simple. You're playing your game, I'm playing my game. I don't mind. As long as you're not adding like weird stuff to it, that's good. Like grooming a minor. As long as you're not adding weird stuff like grooming a minor to your Fallout video game, that's a-okay. That's like one thing I don't want in my video games. People putting in mods where you can groom people. That's not something I like. Do you think that's an opinion that would actively trigger people?
Listen up. That camp is heavily guarded. Smoke out that hornet net. Stay close and not burn. See a peek and send them to the great beyond.
Oi! Don't shoot at me, you Gibbons. That's bad. Yeah, sure, my aim is good. Christ on a bicycle. Yippee! Here's the... Okay, let me just disable all of these vehicles real quick. Oh no! There you go. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, out of bullets. That's not good. That's like not good at all. Hey, bud. Ooh, yummy. Ouch.
Changing mags.
Apparently the devs from the old Fallout said Bethesda saved the franchise. Probably did, but then again they also ruined a lot of good things. I wanna say like, oh, they added Fallout 76, which ruined the franchise for a little bit, but they got on the right track again. Let's go. Nice. That was a very good run. Well, we didn't do a lot of stuff, but got a lot of shit done. Also, apparently my bottle of water is so sticky that it made my coaster fall on the ground. Very fun. Yeah, very good horde run. Holy shit.